and good morning from the great state of Texas. Today I'm at my annual trip down to the State Fair of Texas, and in this video I'm going to show you everything the fair has to offer. From the wild fair rides, the incredible fair food, the entertainment, animals, and more. Let's go check out the 2025 fair. Big Tex is one of the largest animatronics in the world. I believe they change out his belt buckle and his boots every year.
So y'all be sure to go see him for yourself over yonder at the Wild.
Might as well kick off the tour of the fair with the rides. A lot of people come to the fair for the rides, and this is a giant Ferris wheel. The Texas Star is the first one I'm found. Let's go check out the rest. So this one's labeled hip hop, and it is nuts. That's a wild fair ride. Holy cow!
Super machine.
She's correct. Super machine. This is pretty impressive. I'm looking at the Thunderbird right now, which is a portable Star Flyer style ride, but it looks like it has to be at least 200 feet in the air. Like, it looks like all the seats have like lights on them, so I mean, imagine in the evening, this thing must look just fantastic. That's a really good size traveling fair ride. All right, look at the Kraken, a giant swinging arm pendulum ride. That gets so high. Let's see how high it goes. Oh my goodness. Right in front of me is a ride called the Moonraker. It's a ride that it's pretty rare for a fair ride. In fact, I don't think I've seen it anywhere except for the State Fair of Texas. Kind of, you ride on a big spinning disc, then I believe the whole disc starts spinning. It's a good looking ride. Yep, and now the whole thing is spinning around. To get from one side of the fair to the other, you can take the Texas Skyway, but it will cost you $14 a person. It does run across like most of the fair. I love this ride here. It's called Magnum. I believe its design is a Mondial shake, but they're super fun rides, and I love the giant 90s style Coca-Cola thing that's in the middle, but these rides are an absolute blast. Going around is the Crazy Mouse roller coaster at the fair. I love the LED signage on it, like up the lift hill and on the big turn there. And this is a spinning roller coaster, as you can see from those people who are getting a pretty good spin. Yep, that's a good amount of spinning. The fair's home to an absolutely beautiful carousel. I love the benches with the dragons. It's a very old carousel, but it's in really good shape. Might be the spinniest ride in the whole fair. And it's really going. I also love that right next to it is both a very roller coaster tycoon ice cream booth and a giant slide. Heading up there is easily the tallest ride at the fair, and I think it's one of the tallest rides in all the United States. At over 500 feet tall, that is the Top O Texas Tower, which gives you a bird's eye view of the fair, as well as the Dallas-Fort Worth area. This goes by Iron Dragon, and it's probably the largest roller coaster at the State Fair of Texas. Pretty good sized ride for a traveling fair coaster. The State Fair is home to a permanent log flume ride. Great way to beat the Texas heat. So splashdown. Not a crazy splashdown. Right next to this monkey riding a bicycle while holding an elephant is an excellent looking funhouse. Look at this. That is very, very fun. There are a lot of moving parts on the Storm ride here. Big rotating platform, smaller rotating platform, and a third rotating platform. That is a very pretty wave swinger ride. Going all the way over the top is Helix 360. Kind of a double fair ride. And there they go. The fair has a permanent dark ride known as Scary Park. It's got this really cool classic exterior. It's a fun ride. I'm not sure if it's worth the 10 coupons they charge for it. Spinning around there is Air Max. It's ride's pretty fun. I was waiting for it to go for like 15 minutes. Now I'm on the other side of the Midway and it's finally running. I think the windsurf ride is getting to flip. Yep. And there it goes. That giant horn was fun. I guess this ride also has water effects. I think more flips might be coming. All right, they're holding them right there. Oh, not really flipped that time. This one is the haunted house. I do like on the outside that there is like animatronics. A witch character trying to get you to go into the haunted house. New York, New York is the largest of the fun houses at the fair. And right next to that is a classic Himalaya-style ride named Love Bugs. And right next to that, a pirate ship. So a bunch of classics in this corner. Here's a quick shot of both the Himalaya and the pirate going. Not too many people on the bumper cars, but I do love the lighting package on them. Like on the rod, the LEDs are really neat. I like the friendly aliens on the Starship ride. Right now I'm at the two most expensive rides at the fair. This one here, the Defender, that is 20 coupons a person. Now if you have not been to the State Fair of Texas before, there are no wristbands to ride the rides. Every ride takes coupons, along with like the Midway games and the food booths take coupons. Essentially one coupon is $1. So this ride here is $20. And if you wanted to go in the Slingshot, that is $35. As I've been in the rides area, I have not seen anybody on either one of them. The Big Bamboo is a very aesthetically pleasing fun house. Can't have a state fair without a tilt-a-whirl. The Haunted Castle is a great-looking fair dark ride. It's got like smoke shooting out of it. There's a big witch up top. Pumpkin spidery guy. There's a Larson Looper called Infinity, and a fun-looking ride called Beach Party. Spinning around there, that's a ride called The Beast. I definitely think if you're going to go on a spinning pendulum ride here at the fair, go on the Kraken. It's much bigger, but The Beast is still fun. There's a rock and roll themed fun house. One thing I love about a state fair is the entertainment on offer. So for that admission price, you get to see all these different shows. That's what I'm going to do in this next segment here. First show up is the Fiestas de Marioneta.
Hello and welcome to our little village. My name.
I mean, you really can't have a state fair without racing pigs, right?
As Wilbur, he was the 2020 Grand Champion Racing Pig here at the State Fair. He was never... He's doing really good. Look at him go. All right. Wilbur Jr., you think he can go over? Shake those shakers. Get your chair, take your chair. Here we go. Get him on.
There's a dog show.
Down here. Shot getting into position. What do you think? And she clears it.
Something I think is a huge value add to the State Fair of Texas is that every night the fair does free concerts here at the Chevrolet main stage. Now, though, it's a very varied lineup of artists that perform each night. Some of the highlights for this year's lineup include Hoobastank, Hawthorne Heights, TLC, Paul Wall, The Village People, The Band Perry, and Brian McKnight. So you might want to look at that schedule and play which day you want to go to the fair, depending on which concert you might want to see. There's a horse show in a nice air-conditioned coliseum. friends here are known as the Showstoppers.
Don't be long before you're singing my song. We gotta bend these bars. Is this how you shot? We gotta bend these bars. Yeah! Hope you're enjoying the rapping, sir.
Triceratops lived here. They Cretaceous period, around 68 to 66 million years ago. Many Triceratops.
The next show is on this stage, something called Country Roundup.
Music capital of Texas. Put your hands together for
Inside of this building here, there is a magic show that happens a couple times a day. Fortunately, I didn't have time to see it on my visit. One of the most popular things about the State Fair of Texas is food. And this friendly armadillo here welcomes us to the Tower Food Court building. It's kind of the epicenter of food at the fair. We have made it inside the food court building. Let's go see what is good this year. Deep fried Rocky Road fudge. There's a booth for deviled eggs, and they have bacon wagyu cheeseburger deviled egg sliders. Sounds amazing, but they're $22. Steak and cheese crepe sounds amazing. I absolutely love stuffed wings. This sounds wonderful. Cheesecake on a stick. And look at how good they look. Fried bacon cinnamon roll sounds very interesting. Some international flair. These have Japanese sandwiches at this booth. I don't think there's anything I would like less in the building than fried pickle pizza. Oh man, look at all the biscuit sandwiches. Oh, that would be definitely my type of dessert. Heavenly deep fried brownies. I do love how long some of these booths have been here, like Bert's Fried Cheesecake, introduced in 1936, and they also have fried Frito pie bites. Right nearby Big Tex, you got a booth that is selling bone marrow elote. Some fun stuff here, wagyu on a stick, or bacon wrapped pork on a stick, so kind of a pig on pig dish. Here at Crispy's, for 12 coupons, they're selling fried chicken skin. That is wonderful. I believe this booth here sells a funnel cake in the shape of an armadillo. Here we have some innovation, a fried chicken / funnel cake, or a bacon mac and cheese funnel cake. I'm intrigued. That is interesting. Cotton candy bacon on a stick. It's a good looking treat right there, a strawberry cup, but then they take it and put it in this chocolate fountain. That looks lovely. There are a million food booths here at the fair, but I think I might have found the strangest option. Hot Cheetos, Twinkies, Smash Burger. Definite fun food here. Hot chicken pancake poppers and key lime bombs. One of the cheapest snacks you can get at the fair, a cookie from Stifler's Mom Cookie Factory, and that is 2 coupons. This is a pretty cool part of the fair. There's a whole bunch of cornholes set up. The world's largest juicy outlaw grill. A couple of jumbotrons here. There's games on, and then a big old beer truck. Wonder what they serve at this one. There's some weird stuff too, like bacon jam cannoli. This big German beer garden is one of the largest food areas at the fair, and their new food item this year does sound pretty fantastic. Brisket and brew stuffed pretzels. All right, I think I found it. Right by the Cotton Bowl, the Sky Ride, the cheapest beer at the entire fair. You can get beer for 3 coupons. Don't have Molly with me on this adventure today, but if she was here, there's no way we would not get this new dish at the Italy booth, deep fried carbonara. One section of the fair is a big lake, and to make it even better, there's dinosaurs on the lake. And all around the lake, so you walk around the lake and you see a whole bunch of dinosaurs. And to make it even better, there's actually live turtles that just kind of live here. And turtles are cool. On that same lake with all the dinosaurs, you also have swan boats you can rent out. And you can see a big dinosaur looming overhead. Up next is the Embarcado building. This building sells everything from butterflies, like taxidermy butterflies, to custom-made palm trees, to an adorable saloon here. The Embarcado is also home to the Creative Arts building, so you can see everything that won the Blue Ribbon this year, all sorts of different categories. And then the Butter Sculpture of the Year, which is Texas Shines Bright. There is a beautiful old-timey fountain at one end of the fair. As you can see from this map, the State Fair of Texas is a very large place. They do have maps and guides located quite frequently around the fair for you to go and see the show times and then kind of make a plan. As you'd expect with a state fair, there are plenty and plenty and plenty of Midway games for you to play. They're right by the big Ferris wheel, underneath these blue tents, and yep, there's a lot of games. This Midway game looks great. Look at that Jumbotron. And you can win, it looks like, not quite Cookie Monster. Come on up. If you want to save a couple bucks around the fair, there are water fountains and water bottle fillers. So if you bring your empty bottle or you buy a bottle, then you get to refill it as you walk around. So there's a lot of freebies here at the fair, but I think State Farm might have the best one. They take your picture and they put it in a bobblehead of your choice. I got one done last year of me and a monster, and whenever I leave the house to go on one of these trips, I told Molly that, hey, you got to do monster me instead, and just put it outside. There's an Innovations in Agriculture greenhouse where you can learn all about plants. I don't know much about plants, but to me, it kind of feels like I'm riding Living with the Land at Epcot Center. They do have different activities here in the greenhouse as well, like Microgreen Mondays, Greenhouse Trivia, and Fungi Fridays. I absolutely love the armadillo at the MLK Gate entrance. That is so cool. Quite the appealing entrance here for the Children's Aquarium. It does cost money to go into, but they do have sharks and stingrays. For the kiddos, there is a scavenger hunt exhibit where they can learn about all the different sections of Texas. Right in the center of the fair is the Cotton Bowl, a giant football arena where they play the annual Red River rivalry game between Texas and Oklahoma. Let's head on into the Go Texan Pavilion. This area is very popular, full of all sorts of stuff that's made here in Texas, including rum and beer, two of my favorite things I do. And in this section of the fair, you can also get a free half pint of chocolate milk. There's also a whole kind of supermarket area at the end where you can buy tons and tons of goods. And from somebody that's traveling to Texas, this is pretty neat. There is a big animal section to the zoo, and this is the Grand Champion lamb. I can see why you want it. He's very, very pretty. This is Howdy, the longhorn. This is a live cow milking demonstration.
Body makes teeth hard, bone strong.
Looks like there's animals here at Big Texas Discovery Farm. And there's cows. That's a pretty good sized cow. And not as big cow. Oh. There are some goats and sheep. There's a week-old baby pigs, and they're so hungry.
Yes, they just laid down to nurse.
There's a pair of big old Thanksgiving turkeys. Full-grown chickens. And little baby chickens. Currently in the swine barn, and this is amazing. Just getting walked like a dog, and I'm so fascinated. Right now in Big Tex birthing barn, and you can see little baby chickens that I think they were just born today. You can see one like hatching out of the egg over there. This is adorable. That is Mama Cow, and this little tiny guy was born 2 days ago. Time to see the animals at the petting zoo. There's so many goats. I like how the little goat is standing on top of the rock. Kangaroos. The ostrich are very, very active.
Definitely use that. Okay.
And I'm guessing these are baby ostrich, but I'm not sure. They are adorable. There's a good-looking llama. Yes, you are. You bite that bean. Oh my goodness, look how cute the little baby donkeys are. They're so tiny and adorable. One thing I love about the State Fair of Texas is when you're walking around the grounds, they have some just awesome architecture on display. Wonderful, beautiful old buildings. This one's right in the middle. Let's go see what kind of exhibits are in here this year. So it looks like in this building this year is a celebration of Latin art. It's full of things you can buy and also things you can look at, like this really cool elephant. The canoes are really neat. Really cool style, very detailed. I believe this building is the Hall of State, and that the awesome architecture continues inside. Like, this is just a stunning place. I do like some of the big giant statues and the smaller stuff. And then it looks like kind of a Sugar Skull Dia de los Muertos version of Big Tex. In the Hall of State building, there's also an exhibit about Juneteenth, a celebration of freedom. And in one end of the building, you do have a big model of the Alamo. Now, I guess when the fair is not going on, this is something called Texas Liberty Forever, and it's an interactive thing. You could, I guess, buy tickets to and come check it out. There is a tent where you can buy a hot tub, but that's not newsworthy. They've got a giant inflatable duck outside. Look at how big this thing is. Right by the main concert stage, you have a Ferris wheel that's kind of off on its own, and the craft pavilion. The craft pavilion doesn't feel quite as corporate as some of the other areas that are selling stuff. So you can get everything from pillow covers to boots to artwork, marionettes. You can try all sorts of stuff at the fair, like I've never heard of antioxidant sparkling water. It's okay. I mean, of course, at the State Fair of Texas, there's got to be a booth selling cowboy hats. It's actually located right next to a cigar lounge. I believe this is new at the fair this year. Sheen or Shine, they've got a big tent with a line. There's a gateway pavilion for home goods, toys, and accessories. Already see beef jerky, and you can get your name on a cattle brand. Very Texas. The Texas Lottery has a booth, and if you like playing scratch-off games, that's actually a good place to do so, because if you buy a certain amount, you get to go play bonus games. For $12, you can go into the Texas Discovery Gardens, which has a butterfly house. There's also a beer garden in there, and they do have axolotls. Grand Place is one of the bigger shopping venues. Everything in this building is always this booth here, the All of Us soups and dip mixes. There's a bunch of samples you can try. I buy a dip from them every single time. This year I got a jalapeno and garlic, or pepper and garlic. It's delicious. Time to go check out the Texas Auto Show in the Automobile Building. First thing I saw in the auto building was a simulator you could ride and race in. And then over there is Hank the Robot, who does some sort of animatronic show every half an hour or so. Just took a photo with Sasquatch. That was fun. As somebody that's not interested in buying a new car, there is plenty of stuff to do in here, so you can create a digital poster. Also worth noting that it can get very, very hot here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and this building has excellent air conditioning, so you just need someplace to come and cool down. This is probably a good choice. Also good to know, in the auto show section, they've got different areas where you can charge up your phone. A couple different types of plugs, so that's good to know. I love this. This is the Chevrolet test drive area, where you yourself get to drive fancy cars or like big trucks. And I believe if you do, if you go on a test drive, you get like free, you get a free t-shirt. And there's also giant boots. There's also a very large outdoor section to the auto show area. It's located right next to the auto show building. The Chevrolet booth has a really fun giveaway. You get a free photo postcard of yourself in front of Big Tex. Now, I try to send my parents a postcard from pretty much everywhere I go, so this will be the one I send from State Fair, Texas. A good way to beat the heat here at the fair is get a wristband at the Ford booth and go through the cool zone. It's free, and on the way out, get a free wet cooling towel. Also at the Ford booth, they have like an RC racing course. At the Ford booth, you get to spin this giant wheel. She might win. She's won free Midway coupons.
3 coupons.
I lost, but at least I got sunglasses.
Well done.
More free stuff at the Rivian booth. I got a free bandana. At the Dodge booth, you could ride not a Bull, but a Hemi engine. If you do, I think you get a free shirt. Right next to Little Big Tex, you'll find the Centennial building. Let's go see what's inside. It does seem like there's a test track auto show in here for Jeeps. And you go up a big hill. It's like you go around a steep bank. These are things that if I ever did in a car, I would be terrified. That is pretty fun. Up there, it goes up the hill. So this is a free attraction. You have to sign some information. Here we go.
This is a 2025 Wrangler Rubicon 392. So it is our big, bad, most fun, most powerful we got. It's got a 6.4 liter Hemi under the hood, makes 470 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque. 35-inch tires help get us to 11.6 inches of ground clearance.
Whoa!
Dallas potholes and up and over those stairs. Got our front sway bar disconnected as well. Help give us 25% more wheel articulation than not having it, or than having it connected. Use that on this.
Oh my!
Bank wedge right here, about 30 degrees of roll. Nice and sideways. Here's going to be our hill climb, about 18 feet, 35 degrees. We can look at our dash right here, see the different pitch and roll, or we can turn it on right here in our off-road pages.
That's cool.
Here we go. Got our front camera on. Use that, see what's in front of us, right?
That's cool.
Almost too easy in this thing.
Honda has a booth in here with a 360 photo you can take. You've also got an area selling like really fancy looking golf carts. Look at those. This section also has a shopping area where you can buy knives and signs and who knows what else. A mattress firm's also here selling beds and massage chairs you can try out. Look at those. Those, if you're having a long day at the fair, that probably feels absolutely wonderful. There's a lot of walking here. Check out these really cool swings you can buy. These are wild. Up next, a free ride here at the fair. Somebody's gonna drive me around doing that. There's an entire kids section of the fair, including a motorcycle ride where you can pull a wheelie. Now I'm just going to tell you, can I go walk through the kids area? Because if I wanted to get every one of these rides going, I would be here for like 3 days. I do like the spinning boat with the octopus inside of it. Man, that I went over there with the clowns. That could be nightmare fuel for some. I like the monster trucks. I like the NASCAR Speedway mini whip. Hippopotamuses. It's like you've got an airplane ride straight ahead of us. And like a mini Himalaya here. That looks really good. This is a ride you can find at a lot of different amusement parks. Here at the fair, it is themed to dune buggies bouncing around. I think the little plane ride going because it's really cool. I like how the propellers do spin. The funhouse is playing SpongeBob music. Look at the Beetle Bobs over there. Unique looking kids ride. And then there's little kids bumper cars. And a clown themed swing. Here comes the little kids roller coaster themed to a dog wearing glasses. And another one where you can ride on a motorcycle. Here's a gentle spinning ride where you lie down. And here's one where you spin around in a giant Dalmatian. It looks like there is a frog hopper and a second little kids roller coaster. This one themed to dragons. And then a monkey themed mirror maze. kids ride here might be the most Texas ride at the State Fair of Texas. There is a second NASCAR-themed kids ride. Little kids bumper boats, and then there's a little kids balloon ride. The Wacky Shack Funhouse, not one of the bigger funhouses here, but I do like the art design, the wacky building and all the characters. I love the design of this kids ride here. It's like a never-ending train of vehicles, and all the vehicles are different. The Seahorse, I think I saw a Mario Kart. That's a Hot Wheels car. Really neat. Let's go see what's inside the African American Museum. This is another really cool building at the fair, just awesome architecture. There were 4 different exhibits inside. I like this one here with all the really cool art. There is a second art exhibit in here. This one's called Visible Thoughts, and it has a very, very different style to it. I looked at my watch, realized it's about beer 30, because I saw this one and I could not pass this up. Dubai Chocolate Funnel Cake Ale. It was 9 coupons or $9, but it is very, very tasty. It's pretty hot here in Texas, so I'm pretty sure this is going to go down very quick. We've got a free sample of Corona at their booth, which is really nice. There's a margarita, wine, and craft beer garden with live music.
But if you have to go to jail, put your house on the sale.
Well, this was fun. Stopped by this Carbach Saloon and got a free sample of their Ziegenbach beer. There is no more popular treat at the fair than the Fletcher's Corny Dog, but new, I believe, this year at the stands is they have a mustard beer. On camera, hi! Hello. Go, man. All right, so I got the mustard beer. I don't mind mustard on like a hot dog or a pretzel. Let me see how this. Oh no! It tastes like mustard and pickles. Okay, the corny dogs are great, but I don't think I need a mustard beer in my life. I had to try it though. Cool photo up at the Smirnoff Ice booth, and they had really nice pins for free, and a free sample of drink. Got a free sample of the Pineapple Michelada from Dos Equis. Got a free sample of one of Michelob Ultra's hard seltzers. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be here after dark, so I won't be able to see Neon Tex here in all its glory. But that is also right by the gift shop with all your State Fair merchandise. So let me go see what the merchandise looks like for this year. That is lovely. It is a ugly Christmas sweatshirt with big text in the State Fair of Texas on it. You can get a big text bobblehead. They actually have a lot of shirts. What's up? Yeah, some of them are really nice. There's what that bobblehead looks like. Shot glasses. Oh, you could get the Christmas sweater as a Christmas ornament. That is lovely. Get a State Fair of Texas football jersey. That is kind of like the classic State Fair of Texas shirt right there. And that one's pretty cute for kids. Get a plushy Big Tex. And some baby stuff. The Big Tex Nutcracker, that is pretty wonderful. They also have a 2025 cookbook. That's really fun.
And there we go. That's a wrap on my coverage of the 2025 State Fair of Texas. I had an absolutely wonderful time. This event is just a spectacle. It is on a grand scale, and I think that's why millions of people visit each and every year. Now, unfortunately, my flight out of Dallas was around 8 p.m. or so I had to miss some of the evening activities, and I'm going to splice in clips of what I saw from them last year, and that includes the Starlight Parade, which is this wonderful big parade that occurs each and every night at 7 p.m. Really enjoyed that. It's a lot of fun with the big floats and all the characters. I also missed the Illumination Sensation, which is their big nighttime kind of dancing and fireworks show that happens kind of right in the middle of the fair. A good time as well. Now the fair, it's kind of, a lot of people say the fair is very, very expensive, and I tend to agree. It really depends on what you want to do. Like if you want to go there and see the free entertainment, wander around, see all the exhibits and the vendors, you're going to have a very inexpensive day. Now, if you wanted to go and eat all the food and go on all the rides, yeah, you could easily spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I mean, some of the food prices, they're definitely getting getting up there. A lot of the cool new food items that they have on like the Big Tex website, those can be around $15 to $20. And even some of the food items, like I saw like a bacon covered turkey leg, there was around $30 or $40. And you're talking some really expensive stuff. And the rides as well. You know, if you want to go on the rides, a lot of the better ones are $10 to $14. And that adds up quickly, especially if you have like a family of 4 going on. That, you know, that one ride on the Sky Ride could be almost $60 for a family of 4. That is a lot of money. And I think there are discounts. If you go on Tuesday, they do discounts on the rides, and then Thursday they do discounts on the food. So good thing to keep in mind if you have flexibility on those days. All right, and that'll do it. If you have any questions about the State Fair of Texas, if there's something I missed, it's a gigantic event. I tried my best to cover it all in one day. So if there's something I missed, let me know in the comments section below. And thank you very much for watching this video. Hey, if you like this video, maybe you want to watch another one, maybe another State Fair video, like when I went to the New York State Fair earlier this year.